Just trying out some of the features. Shooting this with my iPhone, so I'm interested to see how the features on it might be a little bit different than the features with a PC and the camera set up that way are. Like I said, just sort of messing around, seeing what happens. I do have chat turned off because I don't have a multiple screens set up to be able to see your chats and be able to reply. This was unscheduled, so may not get any viewers, but this was mainly a test for Jim, just see how things go, see how things work out. Turned out to be a pretty nice day here. It's 8:45 in the morning, and it's 41 degrees. It's supposed to be getting up into the 50s. Of course, that's nothing. This is Kentucky, and Kentucky weather. If you don't like the weather, just stick around 5 minutes, it'll change. We do have finally all of the snow melted. Got rid of all of it. Even the large piles in parking lots have pretty well melted all up. I figure with it being 51 in the sunshine today, what hasn't melted will be gone before it's over with. Jim is chatting, so may not be a lot of birds and squirrels out right now. It is 9 p.m. almost, so it is almost too late. 9 a.m. So it is almost too late for them to be out anyway. I always can see them from about sunrise, which has been around 6:50 up until about 9 p.m. currently. And then they come back around in the afternoons. Back when it was super cold in the teens and snow all over the ground, they were coming around lots more often. But when the weather's nice like this, they have other food sources I think they can find that aren't covered up. Jim does like to remind everyone that feeding the birds is a commitment. If you're going to throw out feed and seeds all summer to watch them, you need to continue to throw it out in the winter because the birds will condition themselves to know that there are resources here. It might would change their minds, make up their minds about migration habits. There's a little squirrel buddy that has showed up this morning. He is a little late to the party this morning. He is probably looking for sunflower seeds, possibly pecan halves. You have to show up early if you want those. They go quick. What doesn't get eaten right here on site gets carried away. I have heard, and I don't know whether it's true or not, squirrels do not remember where they bury everything. They just cache them away and go around digging up just whatever they can find when it comes time to dig up whatever you can find. He got a little scared away for us, the flapping wings. We do have a red-shouldered hawk lives in the neighborhood. Some of you may have seen my video the other day. A squirrel screeching. I call it screeching. I don't know what the correct term is. But anyway, he was letting everybody in the neighborhood know that there was a red-tailed hawk. Let me correct that. Red-shouldered hawk in a tree with him. He's made his way back down. Anyway, Jim was talking about feeding the birds and the squirrels. One thing I feel like you need to do is feed them something that's going to be high nutrition. There are some value bird seeds you can get that are going to get them to drop by because it is bird seed and they will peck and hunt it. But one thing I like to get is a bag of what is called no waste seed. It is sunflower kernels, or some people call it sunflower hearts, cracked corn, and different seeds, millet, milo, and stuff. The main thing though is there's no shells, and so it works really well in a urban setting, maybe an apartment setting where you don't want to leave a mess for the neighbors. Speaking of leaving a mess for the neighbors, right now in the United States we're worried about bird flu. So one thing I encourage you to do is make sure you keep your feeders clean. Don't just hang them up and leave them there. When you get ready to refill them, take them down. Be sure to rinse them out with some bleach water. Let them dry, of course, before you put the food back in. Depending upon what birds you have around you, it's going to determine what you are going to feed. I don't have any woodpeckers that I've seen so far, so it's usually a waste for me to put out soot. It just sits there and doesn't get eaten. Peanut butter logs about the same way. Pretty well anything else, though, does get eaten. Have mourning doves and the cardinals that ground feed. Have hanging bird feeders that the finches and sparrows use. Gets them out of the way of the bigger birds. They don't get bullied as much. Did have a little bit of a problem earlier this year with European starlings. I like all birds, but starlings are a little bit of a bully, and they're so big and they'll come pretty much take over your feeder and nobody else gets to eat. Blue jays can be a little bit of a bully too, but I have found that if you put out whole peanuts, they like those. And one of the benefits of it is they will take the whole peanut and fly away with it. Doesn't do real good if you want to watch them eat, but it does give them something to take away and leave your feeder alone where the other birds can be around. In the summer, Jim has a couple of hummingbirds, at least a couple he knows of. So he puts out hummingbird feeders. Again, he just does a sugar to water mix. No need to buy any expensive nectar. And from what I can tell, the sugar and water mix does fine. I don't have to add no food coloring. I would recommend not adding food coloring. Same way I would recommend you buy bird seed. Either at the, I buy it sometimes from the feed mill, so I can get actual seeds that's going to be used for black sunflower seed planting. Maybe get some oats, get cracked corn and stuff, get seed corn at the feed mill. But I wouldn't buy salted peanuts or honey roasted peanuts or anything. I have noticed that squirrels will eat just about anything, but I'm just not real sure all the preservatives and different things going to be good for them or not. I say squirrels will eat just about anything, but one thing Jim probably should let you know, if you get frustrated about the squirrels coming around your feeders and eating all the food, if you put some pepper spray, I've heard that keeps the squirrels away. They don't like the peppery taste, and it does not seem to bother the birds. Again, Jim cannot say that exactly is truth, but that's what he's heard. He has no anecdotal evidence to tell you that that is how that works. Little finches and sparrows will eat just around the corner. As long as they can't see me, they figure I can't see them, so they're happy. And if I do stand up or stick my foot out around that corner, they will take off like crazy. They are getting a little bit used to me feeding them though. Usually when I come out and fill up the feeders, they will fly to the rooftop right above the feeder and stay there until the feeder gets filled up, water bowl gets filled up, and then they're right back just as soon as I get done with that. Like Jim said, his main thing for going live was just to see how live was going to work from the phone. Not a whole lot going on bird and squirrel wise to show you. Looks like we've been at this about 13 minutes. Again, I know right here at 9 o'clock in the morning on a work week, wasn't going to get a whole lot of audience. And I did have chat turned off. But just wanted to check in with you guys. See how things work. Maybe look forward to doing this again. Maybe look forward to putting a real camera tied into the computer. Get a little bit better quality. That little squirrel was coming to eat until he saw Jim, and then he decided he'd take off the other way. So it probably is time for Jim to turn this off. Get back inside, quit bothering the birds, squirrels while they're trying to eat. I know I don't like people pestering me while I'm eating. You guys have a good day, morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is where you are. And, like they always tell me, I'm supposed to ask you to subscribe, ask you to hit the like button, ask you to share a video you might see if you like it. There's lots of other videos on the channel, so you can drop by, see if there's anything you like. Some of it's Jim telling stories, some of it's birds, squirrels eating, some of it's just clouds moving across the sky. Rather eclectic channel, but hope you find something you like. Hope you feel like coming back every once in a while and watching again.